Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this Warcraft Rumble Molten Core raid guide, I'm going to show you how to beat Ragnaros, the final boss. I couldn't quite get this video done in time for the first Molten Core because I only got my Ragnaros skill on the final day, but this will serve you to get ready for next time when Ragnaros will appear. Ragnaros' army consists of Dark Eye miners. There's so many Dark Eye miners trying to mine all over the place. Then there's Firehammers, Flamewakers, Living Bomb. Yeah, so if you make a big group, then boom, it's just going to go kaboom. Molten Giants and Pyromancers. And then as map mechanics, there are also Sons of Flame that Ragnaros will summon at 2 phase transitions. And then there's Core Hounds that will spawn periodically. Aside from the phase changes and phase mechanics, I think the most important mechanic at Ragnaros is those lava waves that are being sent, because the lava waves do follow a certain pattern. Whenever Ragnaros takes a tower, Ragnaros is going to send a lava wave on the other side, on the other lane, and that lava wave is going to destroy all minis that it touches, and it will take all towers that it touches. And well, if it takes a tower, then there's going to be a lava wave on the other side again. So if you try to take towers on both sides of the map, that will just usually result in lava wave after lava wave after lava wave, and everything is going to be destroyed. But if you focus on one side, don't take any towers on the other side. If you focus on just one side, then that opens up a number of opportunities, including even sending death balls all the way up to Ragnaros, because there won't be a one-shot mechanic that would wipe them. In the first phase of the Ragnaros fight, you don't even get to see Ragnaros yet at all. Instead, Majordomo Executus is going to be near to where Ragnaros is going to spawn. And Majordomo Executus is a Flamewaker that has a very long range. Actually, as long as Majordomo Executus is alive, you cannot mine the top gold nodes. Because if you spawn a miner on the side of Executus, then that miner is going to be killed by Executus. And if you spawn on the side of the tower, well, the tower is going to kill that. But after Executus is dead, it's possible to start mining them with Dark Eye miners by spawning on the side of Ragnaros instead of on the side of the tower. Executus itself is very fragile, so Executus can quite easily be taken down with unbounds. We're talking about safe pilots, swell pegs. It can be taken down by Blizzard. Blizzard deals a ton of damage to Executus. And obviously there's always Execute. Majordomo Executus is not considered a boss, so it takes full Execute damage. So Executes can also take it down, but that's not mandatory because Executus has such low health. When Executus dies, Ragnaros will appear, and Ragnaros is going to take back all the towers, and he's going to take them back so that all the minis right in the near vicinity of the towers are going to die. So you need to be ready to retake the towers on the side that you are choosing anyway when Ragnaros appears, and you need those minis to be far enough from the tower so that they don't die. So this may take a little bit of experimentation to get just right. After Ragnaros has appeared, you are in Ragnaros main phase number 1. Ragnaros is going to throw some meteors at your towers, which is going to be a little bit annoying. And at the end of the phase, once you have dealt enough damage, Ragnaros is going to submerge, and Ragnaros will summon 4 Sons of Flame at the end of the phase near the top of the map, so they have a long way to come down. The main phase 2 is all about dealing with those Sons of Flame. Ragnaros is nowhere around, Ragnaros is submerged, the Sons of Flame will attack. Sons of Flame are actually vulnerable to siege damage, so stuff like Meatwalker can be very, very powerful here. And they have a very long way to go. They are going to try to come at your base, but there's a long path, so you can choose where you engage them. For example, if you're actively fighting on one side, let's say you're fighting for the right side, then you can challenge them on the right side earlier, and then you can wait for the left side Son of Flame to get all the way close to your base, and then you can challenge it and fight it near your base. So there's quite a bit of leeway on how you engage with them. After you have killed all the Sons of Flame, Ragnaros is going to re-emerge, and phase 2 will continue until you deal enough damage to push Ragnaros into its final phase, the main phase number 3. And in this final phase, Ragnaros will summon even more Sons of Flame, including one between your base and the chest, a little bit up from your base. So there's going to be one Son of Flame that's going to be quite close to your tower, so you will have to be ready to handle that. Also, at this point, Ragnaros is not going to submerge. There's going to be Ragnaros and there's going to be Sons of Flame all at the same time. And also, Ragnaros is going to start casting Meteor on your main base too, so your main base is also potentially taking damage in this phase. If you happen to have Whelpex on Ragnaros at the phase change, then the Whelpex will pop and they will get some free attacks on Ragnaros, because Ragnaros is not going to attack the whelps while the phase animation is ongoing. So that can help you get a little bit of more damage on Ragnaros and this phase. And this phase, most people just try to burn Ragnaros down from here with unbound spells, executes, whatever you have. And these are the armies that I used in my Ragnaros skill. I did it with Ainwë from my guild. I couldn't do it with my free-to-play account, sadly. So I had a level 24.0 army and Ainwë had a level 26.1 army. And note that we both used all of our Valor slots and we used the boost slots. So we used everything on this, and the combined effect of those Valor slots and boost slots are actually more than one average level for each of these armies. So being prepared definitely helps. Whether Drakizat was the ideal leader, not necessarily, although Ainwë's Drakizat was very high. My Drakizat was a little bit less useful, but it was okay, and also getting ready for Onyxia, so not a bad choice for putting those buffs on that one. So the main idea here is that we have the meat wagons. Meat wagons will deal chip damage on Ragnaros. Then we have the unbound, so that we can just try to kill Ragnaros in phase 3. We have the Whelpex, we have the safe pilots. We have the safe pilots also for dropping those on the pyromancers, dropping those on the firehammers, so trying to get rid of those ranged minis already before they reach our lines. Also have Blizzard for that purpose. We both have Dark Iron Miners, so we can try to mine as much as possible. Whenever there's an opportunity to mine, then we can try to mine that before Ragnaros is going to send Dark Iron Miner to mine. I'm running Banshee because my levels are a little bit lower. Banshee's levels don't really matter in this one. Banshee is a defensive unit, so Banshee can steal Molten Giants and it can steal Core Hounds, and that way just help your defense. And because Sons of Flame are vulnerable to that siege damage, then that means that the meat wagons also double up in hurting Ragnaros and also in defending against Sons of Flame. You just put something to tank them, like Drakizat, and then meat wagon is just going to kill it from behind. So that's our overall game plan. Perhaps another word about those meat wagons, because meat wagons can actually shoot at Ragnaros from close to your own base. There's enough room for 2 wagons to be shooting at Ragnaros, so you want to position them on the upper deploy zone and on the left side of that upper deploy zone. And when you position them like that, they will move over to a place where they realize, hey, actually Ragnaros is over there, and they can shoot at it. They can also help to retake the rightmost tower. So because of that meat wagon strategy, the natural plan here is to go up the right lane, whatever you can, and ignore the left lane altogether, so that you don't take towers from both sides, so that you don't get into all of those lava waves and all of the trouble with that. And this is what our kill looks like in action. Alright, here we go, Ainwë and me up against Ragnaros. Ainwë is trying to push the right lane, and I'm going to be the more defensive player here. So right at the start, we'll use something to grab the chest real quick. There's often, like, if you want to try to take it with a meat wagon, then there's often something like a Dark Iron Miner spawning there, and you will actually lose the gold. So we actually will lose the gold with the safe pilot, ouch. Then there's those pair of Flamewakers coming from both sides, so I used Whelpex on the left side to get rid of them. Ainwë dropped the big Drakizat. Could have also used Whelpex if Whelpex were available. Doesn't want to drop the Shaman right there, because Shaman behind the Drakizat is still going to be killed by the Flamewaker. Then we need to defend a little bit. There's a Flamewaker and some Pyromancers and stuff coming, so we don't want to get caught by those. And also starting to chip damage into that Major Domo Executus. So I'm checking what's going on. Ainwë has been able to take a tower. I'm putting a little bit more damage on Executus. Our base can handle a lone Pyromancer. Now there's going to be a Firehammer coming. Firehammer deals a bit more damage to the base, so I didn't want that to happen. I sent my Drakizat to fight against the Firehammer. Also trying to mine wherever we can. And dropping some stuff on Major Domo. Here we're trying to coordinate so that Major Domo would die, so that then we will be able to get a good push going. Now, Ainwë's push is beyond the tower now, so when the tower is retaken by Ragnaros, that push is not going to be destroyed, and Ainwë sent a new push. We coordinated that new push here. There's another Drakizat going. We're dropping Major Domo. The tower falls, minis around the tower are destroyed, but the push is coming in so that the push was not destroyed. And then you could also see a lava wave on the left side, because the towers on the right side were destroyed. We're trying to get some defense going and get the meat wagons in. And now Ragnaros has emerged, and you can see the meat wagons reaching their position and starting to chip damage on Ragnaros. Meanwhile, we're trying to push the right lane, and because we're pushing the right lane, that means that the AI is going to play a lot of minis on the right side as well. And then we're trying to kill some of those minis, the pyromancers, the firehammers, before they even reach our push. So just trying to drop safe pilots, blizzards on top of them a little bit further away before they become a problem. Now this is going quite well. We managed to lose the tower though, but I'm sending a little bit of units out there to ensure that the tower is not going to be rebuilt under Ragnaros, and also trying to ensure that we will get the chests. Alright, so meat wagons are chipping in at Ragnaros. We need more meat wagons, so placing more meat wagons. There is just a steady stream of meat wagons really, because they do so many things. There's the core hounds, there's the Sons of Flame eventually, there's the Ragnaros hits, they can fight against towers. Meat wagons are just so flexible. But now there is that core hound, and I'm going to possess the core hound so that the meat wagons will get to go to their designated place again. Managed to lose a tower again, and here you can mine these upper nodes by placing your miner on the side of Ragnaros. If you place it on the side of the tower has enough range to shoot at the miner. But if you place it on the side of Ragnaros, then they're free to go there. But you can't do it until Ragnaros is there. If you try to do it when Major Dome is still there, Major Dome has enough range to just kill all the miners. So here we keep fighting. Wondering if I should do something about the pyromancer, but I decided not to. Also, always trying to trying to contest the chest. And here I drop a blizzard on top of those units and also on top of the tower, so trying to get some damage in there. And a bunch of meat wagons, we have a bunch of gold. Some core hounds are coming again, I'm going to possess them. We don't want to take the towers on the left side. That's the thing, we just don't want them. Now Ragnaros is facing, and a set of Sons of Flame are coming. So Sons of Flame are coming, but we have the push going in the right. So and now that Ragnaros submerged, that also means that all the meat wagons no longer saw a target, so they started moving forward. Meat wagons moving together with the Dragisat push means that those Sons of Flame, they are just going down. They're so going down. And what I'm doing right here, I'm trying to mine a little bit, and I'm saving gold so that I will be able to fight against this Son of Flame at our tower. I'm placing a meat wagon to deal damage, and I'm placing Dragisat to tank it. So I have a tank, I have a damage dealer, and they're vulnerable to that siege damage, and look at that, they're just taking so many hits. Now my next job is going to be to cycle a little bit, so that I will get to a position where I can repeat the same thing when the second sun arrives. So Ainway is pushing up the right side with the higher level minis, and I'm defending the left side. I'm buying a little bit of time here. And now I'm ready, I have the gold, and I can do meat wagon plus Dragisat again. Ainway also contributing with the meat wagon. And look at that. Another Son of Flame down. Sons of Flame going down, and I still have enough gold to get a Banshee out there to grab the Molten Giant. So everything looks beautiful. We need to make sure that that tower is not rebuilt. If the tower gets rebuilt, everything gets a little bit more annoying, because then they can position minis there and everything, so I don't want that to happen. Anyways, Dragisats are actually strong enough to push all the way to Ragnaros. That wasn't really the plan. I mean, the plan is meat wagons, and then eventually we're going to start spamming unbounds there, but if we can get some Dragisats out there to actually hit a track, hey, I'm not complaining. We'll take those. So now it's overtime. I'm starting to drop stuff on Ragnaros. I'm starting to drop unbounds on Rag. I'm starting to drop spells on Rag. Just in general fighting against Ragnaros now the best I can. Still a little bit of unbounds also remembering the defense and remembering to mine. Meat wagons chipping in, and we're about to reach the final phase transition, which will mean that a Son of Flame is going to spawn in the center there. We actually lost the chest, which was not desirable. So now the Son of Flame is arriving, so we have meat wagons. we have Drakizat, and that should handle this Son of Flame that is the closest Son of Flame. All the others are further away, and then we're going to just spam Ragnaros with all of the unbounds that we have available and try to deal as much damage as we can. Get everything close to Rag, and there. Ragnaros falls to the power of Meat Wagons, unbounds, and a little bit of Drakizat action as well. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.